Hello, dear children. Today I am here to teach you social science of class 7, history, chapter 2. The last part, part 4. The name of the chapter is New Kings and Kingdoms. First of all, let's overview these topics. In video part 1, we read about introduction and the Rajput period. In video part 2, we read about the Palas of Bengal and the Turkish invasion. In video part 3, we read about some parts of point number 5, Kingdoms of Deccan and South India. Today, we will discuss the remaining part of point number 5, Kingdoms of Deccan and South India. Children, before starting the next topic, let's recapitulate the topics discussed in video part 1. We discussed about Emperor Harshvardhana's mighty empire in 647 CE, and after his death, his empire broke up into several small states and kingdoms. Then we discussed about point number 2, Rajput period in northern and western parts of India. Major Rajput kingdoms were number 1, Gurjar Pratiharas of Mandor, number 2, the Chauhans of Ajmer, and number 3, the Parmaras of Malwa. In video part 2, we discussed about point number 3, the Palas of Bengal in eastern parts of India. Under this heading, we discussed about Pala dynasty. Number 1, ruler Gopala. Number 2, King Dharmpala. Number 3, King Devpala. And number 4, King Mahipala. In the same video, we discussed point number 4, Turkish invasions. Two famous Turks, Mahmud of Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori, attacked Rajput kingdoms from western direction of India and established Muslim rule in India. In video part 3, we read about some parts of point number 5, Kingdoms of Deccan and South India. Under this heading, we saw that there were many kingdoms in Deccan and South India. For example, the Rashtrakutas, the Chalukyas, the Hoysalas, the Kaketiyas, the Cholas, the Pandyas, the Cheras, and the Palwas. Then we discussed about the famous kingdom, the Rashtrakutas, and its famous rulers. For example, number 1, King Danti Durga, number 2, Krishna first, number 3, Dhruva Dharavarsha, and number 4, Amog Varsha first. After recapitulating about kingdom of Rashtrakutas, now let's discuss about another famous kingdom of Deccan and South India, the Cholas. Children, take a look at the map and see the extent of Chola Empire in 1030 CE. The Cholas were a powerful ruling dynasty of South India between the 1st and 3rd century CE. After going into decline for some centuries, the Cholas rose again in the second half of the 9th century CE as one of the most brilliant dynasties of Indian history. For the next 400 years, the Cholas held sway over South India. This period is referred as the classical age of South Indian history. Now let's discuss about the famous king Raja Raja Chola. He ruled from 985 to 1014 CE. Credit for paving the way for a glorious Chola rule goes to Raja Raja Chola and his son Rajendra Chola. These two monarchs gave political unity to South India for the first time. Raja Raja Chola followed a policy of war and conquest. He was a great conqueror. Raja Raja Chola defeated the eastern Chalukyas of Vengi, the Pandyas, the Gangas of Kalinga, the Cheras of Kerala. He captured large tracts of Deccan and parts of Ceylon. Presently, it is known as Sri Lanka. Raja Chola introduced important features of the Chola administration. Number one, the powerful army. Number two, the strong navy. And number three, local self government. He laid the foundation of a strong Chola navy. In 1005 CE, while Raja Chola was still a monarch, he appointed his son Rajendra Chola as his successor. Famous Chola king number 2 was Rajendra Chola, who ruled from 1014 to 1044 CE. Rajendra Chola carried Chola power to greater heights. He fought many wars. He captured Vengi. As his father Raja Chola laid the foundation of strong Chola navy, Rajendra Chola sent a naval fleet into Bay of Bengal and took over parts of number 1 Sumatra, number 2 Malaya, and number 3 the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Then Rajendra Chola undertook an expedition to North India around 1023 CE. He defeated Mahipala of the Pala dynasty. He annexed Bihar, Odisha, and Bengal. As a mark of his victorious campaign, he is said to have carried holy water from the Ganga to his new capital, Gangaikonda Cholapuram. He also assumed a title of Gangaikondan, conqueror of Ganga. Rajendra Chola defeated Srivijaya kingdom, the present-day island of Sumatra. This made the rulers of the southeastern island kingdoms keen to have friendly relationship with him. It is said that the king Suryavarman I of Cambodia sent a chariot as a present to Rajendra Chola. After the rule of two powerful kingdoms, Raja Chola and his son Rajendra Chola, by the 13th century CE, Chola power was once more on the decline. The Pandyas defeated the Cholas and rose to power. The fall of the Cholas was aided by number 1 invasions of Delhi Sultanate in 1310 CE, number 2 the rise of the Vijayanagara Empire in Karnataka. Children, as we have discussed earlier, there were many kingdoms of Deccan and South India, but among them, the two kingdoms, the Rashtrakutas and the Cholas, were the most famous and powerful kingdoms. So that's all for History Chapter 2 New Kings and Kingdoms. I hope you must have understood all the topics discussed in all four videos. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.